Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breach coming to you. Last night I was hearing some rumblings about the face turn of Brock Lesnar in the upcoming months, and that's how he's going to be used on the next little leg of the Brock Lesnar tour of 2013. I honestly really believe that this is one of the worst moves that WWE could do right now. If you think people are really complaining about your product right now, Brock Lesnar right now is your monster. I guess you can say he is the biggest guy you have. Not only that, he's probably one of the biggest stars you have. You have Brock Lesnar, you have Rock, and you have John Cena. And I think out of the whole roster, those are the three guys that if you show, any common person in the world, they're going to be able to recognize. Brock Lesnar, the huge star of UFC, he was able to get pushed to the lights of nobody had ever really seen before for UFC. He was the guy that was on top when they reached the peak of their, popularity, which I think is debatable, but I think has fallen since he's left. Maybe it's because the people that I follow are mostly wrestling fans, and a lot of the people that were watching UFC were fair weather UFC fans that just sort of watched the Lesnar fights, and that's it. But if you look at their numbers, I don't believe their numbers are what they were however long ago it was, a year or 2 years ago, when Lesnar was really fighting and he was the champion and he was at the top of the food chain there. I think a lot of the stars have left. George St. Pierre's came back and he's sort of been the top dog that's carried him. You also have the Diaz brothers and other things like that, but I don't know, nothing really gives me like the really view to the drive or the want to really to watch the fights. Chael Sonnen is one guy that really makes me go over there, but not really much. I think there's not many other fighters that I would really care about. But Brock Lesnar in WWE, he stood up. He's had 3 fights since he's been there: 2 against Triple H, 1 against John Cena. The John Cena fight is the one that everybody was really, really looking for. Just him to come in and just dominate and beat the shit out of everybody. The WrestleMania match, I don't think is quite what everybody was really hoping for. They didn't really wrestle a wrestling match like they did at SummerSlam. They were really battling it out, but I think the concussion to Lesnar with him getting knocked out and real early in the match and having to be led through by Triple H, I think sort of hurt the match. I don't think it's what it could have been. Brock probably wasn't in the state of mind after he got his marbles rolled around in his head, but to sort of slay the dragon and make Brock Lesnar some sort of goody two-shoes smiling guy. What the hell is he gonna do? There's no real heels that he would be able to go against. It's sort of like chopping the arms off the monster where he wouldn't be able to do anything. Brock Lesnar needs to be like the great white shark. And I'm not talking about the one that's on that beach towel that they released in 2002 with the big smile that they were hoping to sell after his face turn. It's just, he needs to be the guy that everyone's scared of. That, he's not going to be on every show. He's not even going to be on every other show. He's going to be here and there when they really, really need him at peak times, when they know that they can drive up ratings and people are going to order pay-per-views. That's all they really brought him in for. He was, gracious enough to give us 3 more years, which honestly, I think a lot of people were really surprised that he made it through 1 year. I don't think there's any way in the world that he's going to make it through 3. Maybe they just sign him to a 3-year deal to keep his licensing, maybe pump out some T-shirts, keep him on the video games. But he only is like a guy that they're really only thinking about keeping for the short term. If anything, I can't even think of WrestleMania dream matches that I really want this guy in. I think there's Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker, maybe Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk, and I can't think of anybody else on the roster that I really want to see this guy fight. Maybe you have that dream match against him and John Cena again. Maybe he's pissed and he wants to get his win back. That, to me, is honestly the easiest thing to put him into, is just have Brock go after Cena around SummerSlam time or something like that. Once he's done with the Ryback feud, how you sort of maybe. I'm pro putting the belt on Ryback, even if it is just for 1 month. He's been through a lot. He's gone through the rise, and falls of being a new guy, being pushed all the way up to the top where he main evented Hell in the Cell, and then he was sort of put on the back burner for a couple of months, and even lost at WrestleMania. to cap off his losing streak. But now with him being number one contender, I think you sort of need to put him on the title to make him credible, to keep going. Because I mean, if you put him through all this and he loses to Mark Henry, and what it looks like is to be the blow-off match, and then he becomes a number one contender, then you have him lose to John Cena, it's not really going to make a whole lot of sense in my book on what they're doing with the guy. But to me, you have Cena finally beat Ryback, how he beats this one monster, and as soon as he's done with this, the next door opens, and it's a guy that's even bigger and badder, and he wants blood from this guy, because Cena was lucky enough to get the easy, not the easy win, but like the cheap win, I guess you can say. He got his ass kicked for 30 minutes, and then right at the right time, he was able to hit his move, and he got the win. But as a face, I don't know anything that I can think of Brock Lesnar to doing. That's just me. I mean, if there's anything you guys see out there, let me know, because I don't even have a dream matchup of anybody that's the heel that I would want to see him go up against. I mean, I really want to see him fight Cena, Undertaker, and that's really all about it. Maybe CM Punk. I didn't think CM Punk was believable to go up against Undertaker. I really don't think he's believable to go up against Brock Lesnar. That's just me. So, tell me what you know. Peace out.